Did you know that you can combine a relaxing vacation with dental procedures performed at a fraction of the price available in Bermuda or the US? At brightersmile.bm, we make it easy to connect with licensed and certified dental professionals who provide world-class services at a fraction of the cost found here and in North America. The quality of aftercare, combined with the luxurious experience of our vacation packages, makes recovery pleasant and stress-free. Visit our website at brightersmile.bm to find out more.
Good question. So how have we sustained our appeal and niche? I think a couple of ways. One is the people that actually work with us. So staff, there's a lot of continuity here, a lot of loyalty. People have been here for years. They're devoted to the hotel, they're devoted to Bermuda. And we practice that from the standpoint of our relationships. And that includes young people coming on board. We've had a few people that recently retired that had over 55 years of service. Is that going to be replicated today? Probably not to the same extent it was in the past, but certainly that's the number one, I think. Number two is this location, the physical facilities, the fact that we've always reinvested in the hotel, always kept it up, always wanted to do more than perhaps we could do, but constantly upgrading, trying to find the next best thing that the customer's looking for. Everything from hot tubs on all the balconies of the suites to infinity edge pools to beach dining to all sorts of things that we like to think that we were the first, at least in Bermuda, to do, to be able to give ourselves a bit of the leading edge in terms of taking care of them. That's probably it. I think the financial investment over the years and the investment in people. I mean, I remember when we used to have to place a long distance call and organize it with a local operator to be able to talk to a travel agent or to a guest. Look at where we are now. We're doing it over Skype, we're doing it over Instagram, we're doing it over Facebook, all sorts of different ways. I think that's probably the biggest thing. The old basic tenet of hospitality hasn't changed. The ability and need to take care of people's needs and their wants. If you think about it, the only thing we really offer in Bermuda in a hotel is a memory. So that somebody comes, spends money with us, and what do they leave with? Actually, physically nothing. But if they've had a good time, then they're going to tell their friends about it, their travel agents, their workmates. And so what we're selling is a memory, and we want that memory to be good so that they'll come back again. Of course, there have been changes in bathroom designs and restaurants and all the rest of it, but they've not evolved as rapidly, in my view, as technology.
We've actually just started a campaign of what's called remarketing or retargeting. So when someone goes onto our website, it drops a little cookie on their computer, and they might go to kayak.com or some other website, Gibbons, for example, or something like that. And if there's ad networks that are bought in, suddenly they'll see a little ad for the Reefs, that shows up on the side. So it's kind of it's reminding the person that, hey, I was just at the Reefs website, and now there's an advertisement for the Reefs. So it kind of keeps our name in their forefront.
Let's start with the local end of the market before we go. What's your main goal there, and what has it achieved?
The more locals and non-residents we get in here, the more they enjoy themselves and have value for money, the more that word's going to spread. And in Bermuda, I've always said, which I think we struggle with, is we should be outside. There were the days, and thank goodness it's not now, but there were days when musicians and entertainers didn't want to go outside. They wanted to be in air conditioning and all the rest of it. The customer really looks for, and just go to the Caribbean, beach parties and beach bars, and they're very laid back, hardly any restrictions, and you have some really popular spots down there because there isn't a lot of regulation, a lot of bureaucracy. We struggle with that, and I've said this publicly before, still we do, because we need to unbundle the process. We need to make it easier for people just to have fun outside. And we find ways and restrictions, whether it's health regulations or security regulations or whatever. And I understand we have to have some of them, but we love as Bermudians to go to the Caribbean and party and have fun on the beach. Sometimes as Bermudians, we don't want that to happen here, and we put up these roadblocks. So I think entertainment's a much broader word today. Psychologically, we've got to get ourselves back into the fact there is only one business in this country, and it's tourism. Now, I know people argue with that, and they say, well, it's international business and tourism, but the foundation of this economy is tourism. So you've got people who come here as visitors for international business, but they fly in the same planes, they stay in the same hotels, they eat in restaurants, they take taxis, they're a visitor. Even today, they dress the same. It's just that the leisure visitor here at the Reefs goes to the beach, and the business visitor at Fairmont Hamilton goes to a bank.
Yes.
There's no difference. And once we get ourselves into the notion that 61,000 people can create tourism and benefit tourism, then I think we're going to be able to go back. I mean, international business, Ceola, is not the final answer. Everybody will tell you that right now our greatest opportunity and need is to grow tourism.
Yes.
It can be it should be leisure tourism, and it can be business tourism, but if we all get together and grow tourism, we're going to come back. I believe we're going to come back. I mean,
But not to the old days.
I don't think we'll ever get to 5,500 hotel rooms again. We're at 2,550 right now. I mean, I'd like to see us in 3 to 5 years' time at about 3,500. But that means we've got to do an awful lot of work in that short term. We've got to be able to get Bermudians to come in and work in the hotels. And we have to fix our infrastructure so that we can handle transportation, ferries and buses and, you know, the airport and all those sorts of things.
And in an ailing economy, that's
Well,
really...
I think this is the way to stop the ailing economy, to turn it around and say there's investment coming in. There are actually more Ceola investor developer types here in the last year in Bermuda than we've seen in 30 years. They are coming. They're looking for certain things. They're going to go where their capital is welcome. They're going to go where they can make money. They're going to go where incentives are given, where once they're built they can make money, and they're also going to look for an exit strategy, which sounds not so good. Why would they want to come in and go? But that's what businesses do. Foreign capital wants to come in and be able to get out. And by the way, getting out isn't bad. It means that it could be sold to somebody else or whatever. Once we recognize those three things, which I think we're starting to do.
Has it been like pulling teeth, though?
Not pulling teeth. I think it's getting people to buy into why we need to change. And that's
Difficult in any circumstance.
any circumstance. Change is hard. But the best thing I could say is that it ain't worked over the last 20 years. Sorry, but it hasn't worked. So why not risk some of the things that we keep in place for change and say, let's give it a shot, because that's what these investors want. They want something different. We Bermudians want something different. We don't want this anymore. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
We want to change and grow, and I think we can approach this positively. I'm the world's biggest optimist.
Will he ever retire? I think deep down in his heart, no. He's been in this industry for his whole life since, what, 13, your first job?
14.
14, the first job. So I think he will be involved in this industry someday till the last minute of his life, I would say. Obviously, I've been working in the U.S. I went to college in the U.S. I went to grad school in the U.S. I've been back 6 years now. Started my family here. And so I'm here for the long run. I wouldn't have moved back if I didn't see a desire to help continue the growth of Bermuda as a destination, our hotel as a place to come to Bermuda as a destination. And that's why, that was my main reason for moving back. So, whatever the future holds for us with the Reefs and some sort of combination or so forth, that's what I'm excited about.